Hello everyone, I Keenika Arora, faculty of BBA department from Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies is going to deliver a lecture on personality. So what is personality? The word personality is derived from a Greek word persona, which means to speak through. Personality is the combination of characteristics or qualities that form a person's unique identity. It signifies the role which a person plays in public. Every individual has a unique, personal, and major determinant of his behavior that defines his or her personality. The dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical systems that determine his environment is known as personality. According to Pevins, personality represents those structural and dynamic properties of an individual or individuals as they reflect themselves in characteristic responses to situations. Hence, personality is a sum total of ways in which an individual reacts and interacts with others. It is individual differences in characteristic patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. It is the supreme realization of the innate habit of a living being. So now we will discuss about the features and characteristics of personality. Personality is something which is unique in each individual. Personality refers to internal as well as external qualities, some of which are quite general, but it is unique to each individual. It is not possible for a person to reproduce or imitate the qualities of the personality of another person. Personality refers particularly to persistent qualities of an individual. Every individual has a certain feeling as well as other permanent traits and qualities. Personality is mainly composed of the persistent or permanent qualities that exhibit themselves in form of social behavior and attempt to make an adjustment with the environment. Personality represents a dynamic orientation of an organism to the environment. Personality represents process of learning. It takes place in reference to the environment. We do not acquire all the traits of personality at once. It is greatly influenced by social interactions. It is not an individual quality. It is a result of social interaction. In other words, it means that when we come in contact with other members of society, we acquire certain qualities while we exhibit certain others. All these come to form personality. Personality represents a unique organization of persistent, dynamic, and social predisposition. In personality, various qualities are not put together. They are in fact integrated into one. This integration is nothing but a result of organization which may be different from man to man. The behavior of a person directed to one particular individual may differ from the behavior of another person. That is why we put the condition of a suitable environment. This suitability is concerned with individual specifically. Consistency. There is generally a recognizable order and regularity to behaviors. Essentially, people act in the same ways or similar ways in a variety of situations. Next is psychological and physiological personality. Is a psychological construct, but research suggests that it is also influenced by biological processes and needs. It impacts behaviors and actions. Personality does not just influence how we move, respond in our environment. It also causes us to act in certain ways. Multiple expressions. Personality is displayed in more than just behavior. It can also be seen in our thoughts, feelings, close relationships, and other social interactions. Actually, personality is the unique combination of patterns that influence behavior, thought, motivation, and emotion in a human being. There are many approaches to modern psychological study of personality, including the psychodynamic learning, humanistic, biological, trait, and cultural perspectives. It can be described as how a person affects others, how he understands and views himself, and his pattern of inner and outer measurable traits. It encompasses the relatively stable feelings, thoughts, and behavioral patterns a person has. In fact, our personality changes over long periods of time. Next is determinants or factors of personality. First factor is environmental factors. Among the factors that exert pressures on our personality formation are the culture in which we are raised, our early conditioning, the norms among our family, friends, and social groups, and other influences that we experience. These environmental factors play a substantial role in shaping our personalities. It establishes the attitudes, values, norms, and perceptions of an individual. Based on the cultures and traditions, different senses of right and wrong are formed in individuals. These environmental factors also include the neighborhood a person lives in, his school, college, university, workplace, friends, parents. Everybody plays a role as the determinants of one's personality. Next factor is physical factors. There are many physical factors which determine a person's personality. These physical factors include the overall physical structure of a person, his height, weight, color, sex, beauty, body language, etc. Physical factors are one of the major reasons for that. Most of the physical structures change from time to time, and so does the personality. With exercises, cosmetics, surgeries, etc., many physical features are changed, and therefore the personality of the individual also evolves. Next factor is situational factors. The situational factors can be commonly observed when a person behaves contrastingly and exhibits different traits and characteristics. In this way, situational factors impact a personality in a significant way. They often bring out the traits of a person that are not commonly seen. An individual's personality, although generally stable and consistent, does change in different situations. The different demands of different situations call forth different aspects of one's personality. So we shouldn't look at personality patterns in isolation. This aspect is very important for organization behavior because the manager has control over the organizational situation. Next is hereditary. Hereditary refers to those factors that were determined at conception, at a birth. Physical structure, facial attractiveness, gender, temperament, muscle composition, reflexes, energy level, and biological rhythms are characteristics that are generally considered to be either completely or substantially influenced by the parents. Hereditary predisposes a certain mental, physical, and emotional states. It has been established through research that those psychological characteristics can be transmitted through hereditary. However, such conclusive proof is not available for human beings. Next is family and social factors. Family and social groups have the most significant impact on personality development. Parents and other family members have a strong influence on the personality development of the child. Parents have more effect on personality development as compared to other members of the family. Besides a person's home environment and family members, there are other influences arising from social factors like friends, neighbor, relatives, etc. These groups have their impact through socialization and identification process. Now, what is identification process? The identification process occurs when a person tries to identify himself with some person to whom he feels ideal in the family. That may be mother, father, or anybody. First, identification can be viewed as the similarity of behavior between the child and the model. Second, identification can be looked in as the child motives or desires to be like the model. Third, it can be viewed as the process through which the child actually takes on the attributes of the model. Next is cultural factors. Culture is the underlying determinant of human decision making. It generally determines attitude towards independence, aggression, competition, and cooperation. Each culture expects and trains its members to behave in a way that is acceptable to the group intelligence. There is definitely some relationship between intelligence and personality. Intelligence is mainly hereditary. Persons who are very intelligent can make a better adjustment in home, school, and society than those persons who are less intelligent. Psychological factors. Psychological factors play a big role in the functioning of human behavior and the development of one's personality. Some of the psychological factors are motives, acquired interests, attitudes, character, intellectual capacities, etc. Beyond the joint influence of these factors, however, the relative contribution of each factor to personality varies with the character or personality process involved and perhaps with the individual concerned. So I hope you understood the topic of personality. We have discussed the factors of personality in this session. So for more updates on the same, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.